If it's your first time buying, your 35th time buying, we can always, if you have questions, we can always assist you.
We're about to start this Financing Your New Yacht webinar with Faith Hill and one of her compatriots. Unfortunately, I don't remember her name because whoever told it to me, it was longer than 2 minutes ago. But they're great at what they do. They have lots of experience, and I'm going to let them tell you about that. But first, we're going to play a little video of mine. Oh, and by the way, if you have questions, text them in right away. We'll interrupt the production and get the questions answered in real time. Welcome to another Aero Marine free webinar. Let me tell you who we are. We help people who are buying aircraft, vessels, and vehicles to legally avoid the California tax. Just because you're a non-resident of California doesn't mean you're not subject to their assessment. So be smart about all of that. We do these for you because we're trying to give you free information. We do this all the time because you need it, because you've asked for it. And if you've got any subjects that you'd like us to cover that you haven't heard us cover in the past, just send me an email or send an email to Kelsey or call us at 916-691-9192 and we'll get you the information that you asked for. Okay, Faith, take it away. Introduce yourselves. Tell us a little bit about yourself, and let's get this show on the road.
Good morning. So I'm Faith Hill with JetLease Capital. Beside me is Christy Mansky, and she also works with JetLease Capital. We have just rolled out at the beginning of the year our yacht financing segment of JetLease Capital. And we would like to just kind of go over the basics of yacht financing with you all. My background is in finance, and I've been in finance for 13 plus years with several different financial institutions and companies. Excuse me. And I started with JetLease Capital a few months ago, and we have just been really, really booming with the yacht request and yacht financing request, and we are really excited to see what that brings to JetLease Capital.
My name is Christy Mansky. I'm the Aviation Sales Director here at JetLease. I also am the Marketing Director who assists Faith with JetLease Capital. My background is mostly marketing and production, and I've worked for the last 8 years in the yachting industry for marketing, helping brokers with the sale of their beautiful vessels. Now I assist JetLease in the same with aircraft.
So, maybe a lot of you have probably heard of JetLease Capital and JetLease, who's been around for over 36 years doing aviation lease and financing. And then again, as I mentioned, we're excited to roll out the yacht financing part of this as well. We know how stressful it can be to purchase a yacht, and JetLease Capital we want to make the finance part of all of that less stressful and just seamless for you. We have very experienced professionals that work here and that are always, helping each other and willing to step in. And with everyone combined, it's probably a total of 35 years plus in experience here. We offer finance yachts and purchases from brokers, dealers, individuals, as well as refinance options as well on your vessel. And I did want to remind you, and I think Thomas mentioned this as well, if you have any questions, please text them into the text box and we will answer those. We work from our clients to find them the best rates and terms. And let's see.
So just go down here to the bottom. There we go.
So with JetLease Capital, if you have a vessel or a yacht picked out, you can, and you're ready to, see what you can get for financing, you can reach out to us at any time. and you can we can turn around give you an indicative quote or some terms within usually 24 to 48 hours. We finance new and used yachts valued at $500,000 or above, and we also do refinances as well. We provide you with one-on-one customer service. We help you with every step of the process, and we really are, your point of contact. If you have any questions, you can reach out to us at any time, and we will be there, to help with the financing. The oldest yacht we try to finance or look to finance, the oldest yacht being a vintage 2000. We will do some older. The rates and terms might not be as good, and it just depends. It's on a case-by-case, situation on what type of yacht it is or vessel. We work with lenders. Let's see. Change this real quick. We offer the convenience, of terms up to 20 years, quick hassle-free approvals. We're very competitive with our rates and terms. We have a very simplified process. We're knowledgeable with the U.S. Coast Guard and working with them to, make the closing process seamless. We work with attorneys, the escrow department as well, and just to make sure everything is in compliance and the rules and regulations are met. Do you have anything to include on that?
I think where I've noticed the reason that you should probably use JetLease Capital is because there is so much experience here. When we say we make it seamless, it's because it's a process that's been tried and tested for over 36 years. Our owner and president, Russ Dice, has just really taken it upon himself to make everything very streamlined. And he's been a great coach. That's what we call him, Coach Dice. And he really has put everything together to make it easy, a quick process, and to make it as hassle-free for customers as possible, because we all know it's stressful enough when trying to purchase and find the right yacht. And then when you get to the point of finance, that's when we hope to come in and relieve you of some of that stress.
We have a question here. What if I'm not a U.S. citizen? We do have lenders that we work with that you do not have to be a U.S. citizen, and we can still close on it. It is again, those are typically on a case-by-case situation, and, depending on the residency and where the yacht will be housed. We are a direct financial brokerage firm, and we have funding capabilities. Again, this goes back to the citizen part. We have banks, leasing companies, and private equity firms, and we have very competitive rates. Again, we have several lenders and bankers that we work with in the yacht business, the boating business. They understand the vessels as well, and we can assist you with any of the questions you have.
And also, I thought maybe we should mention, even though we don't typically broker yachts, it is something we're considering. We do have an extensive brokerage network, and that's been between our president, Russ Dice, and with my experience in the marine industry. We are about 10,000 contacts strong in that area. So if you do find a yacht and it doesn't work out right the way you planned and you're looking for an alternative, we can always assist in that as well.
Someone had a question about, do yachts need to be in the U.S. waters? Not necessarily. We have lenders we have some private funders that will do yachts that they don't mind if they're, international. A dry lease on a yacht? We have not done a dry lease on a yacht.
No such thing.
I don't think there is.
There's charters. One moment, please. We seem to have lost you. Okay, sorry guys, we had a technical difficulty. No, we can do charters, but you can't do a dry lease on a yacht, unfortunately. But who knows? Maybe in the future. We can do a dry lease on an aircraft, though.
And back to the charter, if you are purchasing a yacht or have a yacht and you want to refinance it and it's already under charter or not, and you want to charter, we can also get you in touch with the best, charter company for that type of chartering, and see, get you some information. We can also make the communication and do all the hassle-free work for you. So all the hassle work for you that you don't have time to do, we can help you with that and set up the charter company for you as well. The benefits of paying versus financing versus paying in full. This is a question. Of course, there's always benefits to financing because you can use it as a tax write-off, or even if you pay in full, but you can use it as a tax write-off. You can keep your equity in your business account so that keep leverage in your account at your business if you finance it. And we actually have several lenders and the good thing about financing your yacht, we have so many lenders that offer no prepayment penalty. So even if you finance and you want to pay it off within the first year, they will not charge you a prepayment penalty. With yacht financing, the credit history is based on you personally, or if you're going to charter it, or if you have a company, it will, we pull credit on all of those. So credit history is going to be the same as if you were purchasing an aircraft, or if you were trying to purchase a nice, luxury vehicle. You would have to have, you would go into credit review and have to have good credit. Anything to add on that?
I hope the noise isn't too loud with the engines. Sorry guys, we're based out of the private side of PBI over at the FBO Jet Aviation, and our office is literally right next to a bunch of jets that are taking off right now. So I apologize if you guys hear all that noise.
So a question was, roughly speaking, what would the loan to value be on a 2000 yacht? Well, it just depends, again, on the type of yacht and what the usage is for. We have some of our lenders that will do 100% financing. Some do, up to 80 to 90%. And of course, it's just how long you want to do the loan for. You can get our yacht loans also extend in terms out to 20 years with, we can do full financing for that amount for that long as well, depending on the yacht. Or we can do a 20-year with a 5-year balloon or 8-year balloon. So it just depends on the yacht, but we do offer 100% loan to value financing on certain yachts. Putting down, again, that's how much would a person expect to put down up front is another good question. And that just varies, again, on the type of how much the yacht costs, the type of financing you want. There's just so many different options with yachts on financing, and it's not everyone is black and white. It's just there. You can do, you can kind of, convert it or, massage it to what fits your needs best, and we can, work with our lenders to get you what you need.
These are great questions.
Great question. Another good question. I cannot give a payment example, but I would like to, whoever sent in the question about an example of payments on a $1.5 million, 100% financing for 10 years, I'd love to follow up with you and see if we can, get some more questions and answers, and I confirm that up for you.
Everything really does boil down to credit, and what the purchase is for. So again, it's all very tailored to each individual client.
There are different types of loans, and yes, another good question. Are there different types of loans, and how do I know what kind I need? And because there are different types of loans, and again, we can, work it around what's best for your needs. So you can tell us if you just want to do a quick, 5-year option, or if you want to do a long-term option with, a shorter balloon or a full term, we can do that. We offer those as well. And if you need to when it comes to chartering as well, if you're going to charter your yacht when you're not using it personally, then we have different options for that as well.
And I will say, when somebody asked earlier about keeping it in U.S. waters, as long as the owner is U.S. based, in most cases, the owner doesn't always have to be U.S. based. But yes, you can have it housed in, like one of our clients has his boat when it's not in charter is here in Fort Lauderdale. And then the rest of the time it's spent over in the Bahamas, over in Nassau. So it can be, all those options are available. So it's just letting us know right up front what your usage is, and we can tailor it to your needs.
That's right. Another question is, how soon prior to my purchase do I need to figure all the financing out? I would say as soon as you are ready to buy. When you think of a yacht and you think you're ready to, start looking, then definitely contact us so we can go ahead with the pre-approval process. We were just working with a client that we just he has not identified his vessel yet, but he wanted to go ahead and get pre-qualified and pre-approved. And he, so we just pre-approved him, and now he's working on identifying the vessel, and he already knows what he's approved and what kind of financing terms he wants.
There's nothing worse than thinking you're going to go out and buy a $5 million yacht and then find out that you don't qualify for a $5 million yacht. So it's probably best to start your financing right off the bat, and then that way there's not as much letdown, or there's a boost of, hey, I can get more than I thought. So it's probably best to give us a call as soon as you've decided that is the direction in which you want to go.
Another question that came in was, can I use a home equity line of credit, like a HELOC? That would be depending on your bank. I wouldn't know how to answer that. You would have to contact your bank if you wanted to. The types of financing that we offer are specific towards vessels and boats and yachts, so it wouldn't be included with the HELOC.
Purchase inspections, maintenance, and operation costs. That's a good question.
So another question is, can financing help me with pre-purchase inspections, maintenance, and operations costs? Sometimes, depending on what lender we utilize and what type of loan, some of those fees can be rolled in, but most of the time the pre-purchase inspections are not rolled in, but sometimes they can. And the maintenance and operation, I don't think we could roll those in either. Sometimes some of the closing documents and things like that can be rolled in, but as far as the maintenance and the operation cost, I don't believe so, but I will double check.
No, that would be an open line of credit. Because just like with aircraft, yachts break down. And they do acquire quite a bit of operational cost, especially when you get into larger vessels or if you get into charter vessels. So if that's something that unfortunately we couldn't assist you with, but you could use that home equity line of credit.
In general, what are current rates? Rates right now are looking really great. We're seeing rates as low as 3.9 on some of these yachts that we're working on, and depending on credit, it could be anywhere from 3.9 up to 4.5%. So it's kind of a wide variety. It just depends on credit and the usage of the yacht. We also finance.
Go ahead and finish what you were going to say. We also finance.
Well, I didn't know if anyone had any more questions about yachts. Then I was going to speak to the fact that we do finance, of course, aircraft, and we do leases for aircraft. And if you have a yacht and an aircraft and you want to get them both financed with us, we would love to look at that as well.
The two tend to go hand in hand. That's one thing I will say when I merged from the marine industry into aviation, is that if you own a yacht, chances are you own an aircraft. and vice versa. Not always the case, but and we cater to everyone because not everyone likes to do both. However, they do tend to coincide. So we can
Yep.
assist you with all of your luxury listings.
We find that to be true also.
Oh, yes, of course.
Another question that came in is, what do you look for me before deciding if you will provide financing? So we would ask that you send a PFS, a personal financial statement. We'll review that along with if it's going to be under, if it's just going to be business use and not charter use, then we would require PFS, some financial statements on you, and some tax returns. And then we just start the credit approval process. We try to provide financing for everyone, so we don't really have a deciding factor, but we definitely would like, we try to adjust and fit everyone's needs so that they can acquire the yacht of their dreams, the vessel, or the aircraft of their dreams. Good question. Another question: does it matter where I'm storing my boat and what I'm using it for? It will matter, yes. You'll get questions from us as well as the lender about what you will do, where you will be housing the yacht or the boat, and what you will be using the vessel for.
In regards to charter options, whoever asked, can you elaborate a little on your charter options? Can you elaborate a little bit on charter options? Do you mean charter financing options, or are you talking about actual charters?
Charter, and is it charter for aircraft, yacht, or both?
Both. Both. Okay. But again, I guess my question would be charter financing options, because again, that would be based on again your financials. But if you're talking about charter options, if you do purchase a vessel that is large enough to house, I would guess at least 2 to 3 staterooms, you could do anything from fishing charter fleets to motor yacht charters, destinations. So it really depends on the size of your vessel and how much money you want to kick out for the crew. Charter financing.
Right. So hopefully that answered your question.
Is there a difference with the charter financing? That's what they're asking. Specifically charter financing for the yachts.
Is there a difference? Yes, it will. Typically the terms will, if you're going to charter finance, if you're purchasing a yacht to charter and use it some personally, your term is going to be shorter and your rate could be a little higher.
Same goes for aircraft as well. Great questions, by the way. Does anyone have any aviation financing questions? I know this is mostly primarily about marine, but we'd love to hear some other questions as well.
Do you only finance jets, or do you finance any other high-performance aircraft?
We do. We finance any type of aircraft almost, is what I want to answer with. We do all types of aircraft, from jumbo jets to military to, even some turboprops and pistons. So we finance a wide variety of all the different types of aircraft.
Matter of fact, we can finance Black Hawk if anyone's interested.
Only if it comes with the guns.
Sorry, that's against the State Department's rules.
Yeah, I know. So do you have the same 500,000 purchase price limit on the jets?
No. Well, I say no and yes. It's on a case-by-case situation again.
Yes. I mean, we like to kind of, when you're looking at an aircraft that's under 500,000, you're probably looking at a much older aircraft or something extremely small. Now, mind you, we are at JetLease Capital. Again, it's on a client basis. If you come to us and you have a budget of 400,000 and you know exactly what you want, of course, we will definitely never turn you down. The reason we put a cap like that on the marine side is just with my history, or with having my marine history, is that when you are dealing with something under 500,000, you tend to steer away from the word yacht and tend to push more towards boat. We like to be on the side of luxury listings. However, again, if a client is looking for financing under 500,000 on a boat or yacht, we would absolutely still ask, please give us a call, send in your information, and we'll do what we can.
Awesome.
Another question that came in, if you originally financed based on personal use and are you restricted to being able to charter? That would be depending on the type of loan that you get and what type of restrictions or clauses are in your loan documents. So if you're going to purchase a yacht and your intent is to personally use it, but you decide to rent it, do some charter on it as well, you'd probably need to notify your lender, let them know so that they can be aware of that, so that if there is an issue or any complications, then they are aware, so they don't pull your loan.
We actually just had a situation like that, not with anything that we financed, but with one of our aircraft clients. A very prestigious man purchased an aircraft, decided after several years he wanted to lease his aircraft. And then we had the bank actually contact us saying, hey, that aircraft was not permitted for leasing. So all we did was direct our client back to the bank, and they were able to work out terms where the aircraft is now up for lease.
Yes, our contact information, I believe, will be provided at the end of the webinar, but I'm Faith Hill with JetLease Capital, and you can reach me at 561-242-4393. Get the numbers mixed up. And this is Christy Mansky.
Yep, and again, that's our office number, 561-242-4393. You can always check us out on Facebook. We have JetLease Capital, JetLease Palm Beach is also on Facebook. And then our website. Our website is a good tool. Our website gives a lot of our aircraft inventory as well as downloadable specs. And then if you go directly to JetLease Capital, it can put you directly in contact with us. Just hit the contact form, and either Faith or I will be contacting you shortly.
Any other questions?
So please give us your phone number again, Faith.
Okay. It's 561-242-4393.
Okay. And just so everyone knows, this is being recorded and will be up on our website in a couple of days so that you can get copies of it, or you'll have a link to it so that you can refer people to it. So anybody who's watching this, including you, Faith, and your friend, any of your potential clients who you want them to see this presentation, just send them a link, which will be on our website with all of our other evergreen marketing that we have on our website.
Also, I just wanted to make a note. If anyone has any further questions from this webinar or anything unrelated, even if it's just about aircraft or purchasing a yacht, please feel free to hit us up at flyceo at jetlease.com. And myself or Faith will get right back in touch with you.
Awesome. So I presume that you have no other information that you want us to have. I presume that we're done with the questions. So we're going to end this particular webinar. And the one thing that I want to tell everybody who's listening is that if you have any subjects that you want us to present or to find a presenter on, please communicate directly with our office at 916-691-9493. 9192. Ask for the marketing department, and we'll make sure and get someone to answer your questions. But other than that, thank you for attending, and we are done.
Thank you, Tom.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye-bye.